With the correct perspective, anyone can determine whether the charters grant to government any of the powers it exercises against the people's rights or not. You can subscribe to the updates of Clean Honest Government through this YouTube channel. Thank you. The correct perspective knows that government is a corporation by design. This page changed with the April 24, 2025 edit. Perspective. Perspective is simply the way or point of view from which we look at something. Perspective. Governments are corporations. Many people are more familiar with basic corporation functions, such as hiring, firing, as well as ownership and control, than they are taught to believe about government. Why is the government corporation perspective correct? It all starts with the perspective that the founding generation most likely possessed. For this, we use John Locke from the 1600s, Emerita Vattel from the 1700s, and the Samuel Johnson dictionaries from the 1700s. Locke and Vattel are known for their respective writings about nearly all things government. The dictionaries show how most anyone in 1776 may have defined government. John Locke, from his 1690 Second Treatise on Government. Chapter 8, Section 95. When any number of men have so consented to make one community or government, they are thereby presently incorporated, and make one body politic, wherein the majority have a right to act and conclude for the rest. Chapter 8, Section 106. That the beginning of politic society depends on the consent of the individuals to join into and make one society, who, when they are thus incorporated, might set up what form of government they thought fit. Emeric de Vattel, in his 1758 The Law of Nations, Section 248, all the members of a corporation have an equal right to the use of its common property, but respecting the manner of enjoying it, the body of the corporation may make such regulations as they think proper, provided that those regulations be not inconsistent with the equality which ought to be preserved in a communion of property. Section 252. The nation, the corporation, and in general, every collective body may also establish extraordinary taxes, imposts, or annual contributions to defray those expenses. The 1756 dictionary uses the same words as Locke and Vattel, proving that government should be viewed as corporations. The 1756 dictionary. The correct perspective comes into clear focus with these words. Definition images can be viewed at the glossary page of cleanhonestgovernment.com. Corporate, united in a body or community. Corporation, a body politic, authorized to have a common seal, one head officer or more, able by their common consent to grant or receive in law anything within the compass of their charter, even as one man. Community, the commonwealth, the body politic. 2. Common possession. Politics, the science of government, the act or practice of administering public affairs. Government. 1. Form of community with respect to the disposition of the supreme authority. 2. An establishment of legal authority. 3. Administration of public affairs. Each definition uses one or more of the other four words as part of its own definition. Underlying above was added to emphasize the circular definitions. Simplify search for the correct government charters. The names for each government's corporate charter varies around the planet. The two primary charters serve different purposes. Knowing the purpose for each helps find the correct charter. The first charter organizes the concerned parties into a single entity of owners, controllers, and financiers, who are personally responsible for the corporation, or government in this instance. This is the contract that is an enforceable law among the owners, controllers, and financiers of the government corporation that they are creating. With government as it relates to these United States of America, this charter's title is the Unanimous Declaration of the United States of America. The second charter organizes the structure of the business end of the corporation. The part referred to as the government, creating its offices and specifying the officers' duties. These United States of America have two such charters. The first, the Articles of Confederation. It was replaced with the Constitution of the United States of America. The owners and controllers use this charter to contract with and to bind the government officers to certain limited activity and for measuring the qualifications of the prospective officers in the hiring elections. They also use this charter contract to measure the officer's performance with respect to whether a firing election recall is necessary in order to remove them from office before their contract term expires. Government officers are authorized by these charters to a limited degree to make laws that regulate citizen behavior. These two charters start the short paper trail for every law or other government activity. Up next, the short paper trail simplifies the knowing of whether a government action or law is enforceable or whether it violates the charters. Governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. The governed, by design, are intended to work together as a unified body, controlling the government's powers, equally protecting each other's rights. Share and help, get and keep clean, honest government. End page content.